Hello, my name is Kate Kamaya. I serve as board president of BendFilm. As part of our continued learning around land acknowledgements, BendFilm would like to acknowledge that we are currently on stolen land. Those of us in Central Oregon live and work in the traditional homelands of the Confederation of Warm Springs, Wasco, and Paiute Native American tribes. We are all treaty signers. It is essential we recognize that the Warm Springs, Wasco, and Paiute peoples signed treaties under great duress and grave threat. We are thus responsible for the past and current violence that Indigenous people face. As an expression of gratitude and appreciation to those whose territory we reside on, and a way of honoring the Indigenous people who have been living and working on the land from time immemorial, we will be forwarding $1,000 in proceeds from this event to the Warm Springs Tribal Council. We invite attendees joining us from Central Oregon to join us by making a donation right on our event page. If you are joining us from elsewhere, we invite you to utilize the Native Land app to learn more about whose land you live and work on, and then explore ways to honor them through financial and other means.
Thank you everyone for coming to the 5th annual Power of Film Fundraiser. My name is Ariel Brumfield and I'm a multimedia journalist for News Channel 21. On behalf of BendFilm, I would like to welcome you to this special event to celebrate all of the great work this organization does for the community, especially helping other nonprofits like Saving Grace tell their important stories and reach new audiences. As someone who works in the media industry, I know firsthand that what children see on screens daily has an incredibly powerful impact on how we all view the world and each other. And it excites me to know that there's an organization working to use this powerful art form of visual storytelling for the good of us all. Now I'd like to turn the floor over to some BendFilm supporters, fans, board members, and staffers who are just like you, people who've been impacted by the powerful art form of film.
My favorite part of being in a theater is the community aspect of it.
I love watching films on the big screen.
The collection of people coming together to kind of just watch something somebody have created.
I like to think of myself as an active viewer.
Put myself in the story and feel like I'm experiencing it.
My first film-going experience was at a drive-in.
Got really emotional for it, and I don't know, left with a new point of view.
I was, I think, 10 or 11, living in New Haven, Connecticut. Caught the bus to the Roger Sherman Theater when I watched James Dean in Rebel Without a Cause.
My first real memory is going to a double feature, seeing Ghostbusters with my sisters.
I was in a drive-in in South Africa, where I'm from, and it was Grease.
They take us downtown Minneapolis to these old theaters like the Orpheum.
Sí, la primera vez que yo fui a un teatro con mi familia a ver una película fue para ir a ver la película Parenthood con Steve Martin.
Nostalgic films, culture relevant films, documentaries.
I was invited to see Alien in a theater, and I went, and it changed my experience of that film in entirety.
I love a big bucket of popcorn.
Right away, when I walked in the Tin Pan Theater for the first time, it instantly was this jolt of nostalgia for me.
I gathered teenagers in the community, and we come into the Tin Pan and we view films and we screen student films.
Para mí, es cuando todos nos juntamos y hablamos y reímos, o algunas veces lloramos. Es pasar un tiempo juntos. Y aquí en BendFilm, hicieron un gran esfuerzo para invitar a la comunidad que estén aquí. Así que para mí siempre es eso.
Thank you, community members. Community is the operative word when speaking about BendFilm. To do what this organization does takes the entire community. It's a wonderfully effective feedback loop. We have a jam-packed evening starting with news about BendFilm, testimonials from the BendFilm team, and a presentation from Saving Grace. And we can't forget the highlight of the evening, the film produced by Ben's Graham Zimmerman and Bedrock Filmworks in partnership with BendFilmed about Saving Grace's important work. This program aims to show in action BendFilm's core mission, that the art form of film and film-centered events are vitally important for a strong Bend community. Throughout the evening, we will feature silent auction items, ways to donate and sell tickets to win an amazing trip of your choice to New York, New Orleans, or a glamping trip to Yosemite. Only 99 total tickets will be sold, giving you an excellent chance to win. You will also have 2 full years to take your trip if you don't feel safe right now, so make sure you get your name in the hat and buy a ticket now. And we have to thank the event sponsors who will help us reach our fundraising goals. Thank you to our media sponsor, KTVZ, and silent auction sponsors, Compliments Home Interiors, Home System Solutions, Brasada Ranch, La Loma Lodge, and the Waves at Cannon Beach. And thank you for all of you for joining us today. Enjoy this program. To start the program, I would like to welcome BendFilm board member Sheila Luber to the floor.
My name is Sheila Luber. I'm a big fan of BendFilm. I've been a proud member of the BendFilm board for 4 years, and without a doubt, you are at the BendFilm Fundraiser. BendFilm is a year-round events organization and owner of a beloved theater in one of the hardest-hit industries during the pandemic. Thank you. Thank you for supporting BendFilm as ticket holders, pass holders, members, sponsors, donors, advertisers, and volunteers. You are investors in our endeavor and the community we work to serve. We would be in dire shape without your support. Thank you for joining us today to celebrate the transformative power of film. My husband Jay and I left Arizona to enjoy Ben's beautiful outdoors and laid-back lifestyle. When we discovered the Bend Film Festival, we knew our itch for arts and culture would be satisfied in our new hometown. At our first festival, we watched wonderful films, of course, and fully enjoyed the buzz of conversation around us. But it was really special to see and hear the filmmakers themselves. We were able to connect what we had just seen on screen with the gifted creatives standing in front of us. They appreciated our questions, and we loved listening. They were humbled by our curiosity, and their talent bowled us over. BendFilm gives a voice to those who find it difficult to be heard in a noisy and sometimes indifferent world. Today's fundraiser is proof of BendFilm's ability to bring people together to help one another and ultimately to make our community more equitable, safe, and strong. This year, we are proud to partner with Saving Grace, a local organization that protects the most vulnerable among us. They speak daily of issues most of us would rather not discuss, but their story demands a teller. Before we roll the film we financed and helped produce, I'd like to introduce Cassie McQueen, the Executive Director of Saving Grace, who will share more about her organization and the vital services they provide to our community. Please welcome Cassie to the virtual stage. Thank you.
Good evening, and thank you again for attending the 5th annual Power of Film fundraiser. It has truly been a pleasure to spend the evening with each of you. My name is Cassie McQueen, and I'm the Executive Director of Saving Grace of Central Oregon. For over 40 years, Saving Grace has been the only resource available to survivors of intimate partner violence, sexual assaults, and stalking. as one of the oldest domestic violence shelters in the country, our dedicated team of staff and volunteers are experts in offering safety, hope, and healing to survivors and engaging Central Oregon to build life free from violence. It has been an honor working with BendFilm over the last several months to tell the story of saving grace. Quite frankly, it's not easy to talk about violence and sexual assault, but the team at BendFilm and Bedrock Films worked tirelessly to make sure that we could bring this story to life and do so in a way that was safe for survivors that are still experiencing violence. Together, we were able to shed light on the reality of what many of our neighbors are experiencing. And all of us at Saving Grace are grateful for this incredible support and partnership. The truth is, you probably know someone that has experienced intimate partner violence or sexual assault in their lifetime. It's pervasive. And it's this pervasiveness is why our team works 24 hours a day, 365 days a year to provide safe and confidential services to our community. It's why we as an organization are committed to helping survivors find safety, hope, and healing. But tonight is only the beginning. You're about to see a glimpse into Saving Grace and the work we do. If our mission speaks to you, we hope that you'll join us next Friday, June 11th, at our annual Heroes event to learn more about how to support survivors in need. Thank you. Now, I would like to introduce BendFilm's Executive Director for the past 7 years now, Todd Luby, and the BendFilm staff, who will recite a piece about the important work they do and the passion they have for it.
Thank you for the introduction. And thank you, Cassie, for all the work you and Saving Grace do on behalf of our community. And thank you all for joining us tonight. When the pandemic hit, all the BendFilm staff immediately got to work pivoting our programming to ensure this community stayed connected when we were asked to be a part. Though our industry was one of the most severely impacted, we avoided any layoffs, and our staff doubled down on our commitment to serve this community through the powerful art form of film. It's fitting that in this year of experimentation, that we depart a bit from giving a traditional speech and try a new way to express exactly why we do what we do. It starts with a picture worth 1,000 words alone.
24 times a second makes an epic novel as a whole.
With music, light, mood, conversation, layered over, entering the eyes and ears it finds, the darkest recesses of our minds.
Seated and backlit by the screen up ahead
sits another, someone feeling the same, breaks any barrier of the other.
Or perhaps on a screen, thousands of miles distant.
Sit watching many more who find an understanding obscured before.
The great Roger Ebert uttered a famous line,
saying that movies are the empathy machine of our time.
Staring deep into eyes, white surrounding brown, green, or blue.
They appear exactly like yours, or ones you have certainly studied before.
If not for absolute chance, those eyes you may have owned.
And in an unfamiliar world of threat, you may have roamed.
Perhaps hunted by a figure you've seen reflected in glass.
Hero and villain, we walk the line, brewing that battle deep in our minds.
Once seeing all that we saw, we can never again go astray.
Images now imprinted in those virgin recesses will never go away.
And in movies, hope is always restored in the end.
Not because in real life it would,
but precisely because it should.
Who will we be when our lives' credits roll at the end of the day?
Villain, foe, indifferent, extra, alone in a cafe.
The mirror's reflection will now forever serve as our screen, helping us be the heroine, star, or
perhaps just the beloved cameo we know we are.
We believe in the power of dreams seen while awake.
Not accepting a world we see, but realizing a world we make.
We start the conversation, ask a question,
introduce a mystery.
One with a singular resolution.
That we together are the solution.
Yes, we at BendFilm are in the business of asking the questions, celebrating ideas and possibilities. We connect ambitious and forward-looking people who will help each other realize their dreams for a better future and a stronger community. That is what we hope to accomplish tonight, and your support will empower us to keep pushing forward. To that end, I would like to introduce this wonderful film made by BendFilm'S that exhibits this art form's power to provide a deep and empathetic look into the indispensable work that Saving Grace does on behalf of our fellow community members who are at risk. Please enjoy the film, and thank you.
Central Oregon is really an oasis. It's where people come to be in the sunshine, to have the outdoors in their backyards, and to raise their families. It's really an idyllic community for many people. However, when you're a survivor of intimate partner violence, you lose your safe backyard. You lose that community where you used to go to the grocery store. You oftentimes don't even know who you can trust because the person that you love the most is causing you harm. About 1 in 4 women and nearly 1 in 10 men have experienced intimate partner violence during their lifetimes.
And over 43 million women and 38 million men have experienced psychological aggression by an intimate partner.
Saving Grace is a nonprofit organization that serves the entire Tri-County region. We provide free and confidential services to all survivors of intimate partner violence and sexual assault.
We provide services to people who have experienced sexual assault, domestic violence, human trafficking, and stalking in the Tri-County area.
Everything from an emergency shelter to advocacy, safe exchange and visitation, to counseling services and legal support too.
Oftentimes people imagine abuse happening in the relationship, but one of the most dangerous times for survivors after they've left the relationship.
Our counseling center is a resource center where survivors come for free counseling sessions and support groups.
Counseling is often really important for survivors to be able to access because it helps them gain coping skills and it helps them process through their emotions from leaving an abusive relationship.
The emergency shelter is a confidential location where survivors can come after they've suffered abuse. It's their new home for them and their families as they try to find their journey to safety. Mary's Place is our safe exchange and visitation center. It's one of the only ones in all of the Pacific Northwest, and it's a place where we can safely reunite families after violence has occurred.
Our model was created by the Office of Violence Against Women, though we serve all survivors of domestic violence, sexual assault, and stalking. We really are making sure that survivors stay safe during the post-separation period where danger increases.
In 2020, over 1,100 local youth learned about healthy relationships and how to prevent violence.
We provided almost 1,000 Central Oregonians with vital safety services, including shelter.
Over 1,300 supervised visits and exchanges were provided to over 250 families and children at Mary's Place.
And in 2020, the Saving Grace 24-hour helpline answered almost 2,500 calls.
Working at Saving Grace is truly the honor of my life. I get to see our life-saving services impact survivors each and every day.
I'm continuously inspired by the courage and strength of the survivors that I work with every day, and I love my job.
I feel so lucky to be working at Saving Grace because of my clients who inspire me every day and make me so proud to walk on their journey with them.
In order for all Central Oregonians to enjoy this beautiful place that we live, it takes all of us to stand up to intimate partner violence.
My name is Kate Kamaya. I am BendFilm Board President.
And I'm Dean Barman, Saving Grace Board Treasurer and the proud father of Kate.
I support BendFilm because I strongly believe in the transformative power of film and what special, connection-focused, and indispensable programs this organization brings to our community. I'm humbly asking you all to join me tonight in supporting this wonderful organization's programs, and especially the festival and this beautiful and unique theater.
BendFilm is a leader in this community. This organization prioritizes collaboration with other organizations by using its platform and craft to invest back into the community to help organizations like Saving Grace do the important work we do. BendFilm supporters make all of this possible, and we're hoping you can right now empower BendFilm to do even more for the community and hardworking organizations like ours.
Whatever you are considering giving, I ask that you dig deeper to support the wonderful work we do. Can you help us right now raise $15,000 to help keep the Tin Pan financially healthy? Help BendFilm host another successful festival, in person, online, and at the drive-in, in order to meet audiences wherever they are. To continue to deliver independent films and stories and support emerging filmmakers, here's how your support can help. $1,000 funds most of the Tin Pan's monthly rent. $500 funds a filmmaker to attend the festival. $250 funds a grant given to a BIPOC woman filmmaker. $100 funds one Tin Pan screening.
As you consider your donation amount, please enjoy this performance from the film lover and talented 8th grade musician, Quinn Rainak.
Quinn loves to ride bikes and play music, which is a huge and important part of her life. She's continually inspired by music's ability to create connections through storytelling. We hope she also inspires you. Thank you once again for your kind consideration in donating to BendFilm.
I was so alone till you came and brought me home. I had nowhere to go, and I needed you to show me the world from your point of view. And for that I knew that I would love you, but your heart stopped and your sadness grew, changed who you were. I can't imagine how it felt. Just promise you won't forget yourself. I know you care about someone else, and you're too stubborn to want my help, and that's okay. Yes, that's okay.
Thank you so much, Quinn Rainak, for that beautiful performance, and thank you everyone for your incredible generosity. When times are tough, as they are now, arts organizations are typically the first to see decreases in funding. BendFilm has shifted its programming to meet the challenges of the day, and with your continued support, we will ensure that this organization and its beloved little theater that I have the pleasure of standing in right now returns to normal and hosts the education programs, dinner and movies, spaghetti Western Wednesdays, kitschy horror films in the alley that bring us so much joy to the community. Art is a way that we best communicate as human beings, and BendFilm fosters that communication and connection we need to come together at a time like this when we are physically distant. And thank you again. And remember, both the silent auction and the grand prize drawing for the trips to NYC, New Orleans, or glamping by Yosemite will be available for one more week. Only 99 tickets will be sold for the grand trip drawing and silent auction items. and they are fun and affordable. All contributions, bids, and prize drawing ticket purchases support BendFilm's post-pandemic programming, reinvention, and operations. And now, as we come to the end of our program, BendFilm would like to give the floor once again to the BendFilm community to hear about where we have come from and where we are headed, and who we have impacted along the way. If what you see motivates you to give more, please click the link below. Enjoy.
What I'm looking forward to in the post-pandemic future is little things like coming here.
Probably try and get friends together to make films.
Togetherness, and I think BendFilm can be a part of that. I think they can take the time to do what they're already doing, progressing.
I'm most looking forward to getting together with people and events, and BendFilm is a huge part of that, and I'm excited to revisit with that BendFilm family.
Because that's what film is about. It's about experiencing it together, the art of film together, and changing our minds, seeing new ways of viewing things in person, on the big screen.
Really anxious and excited for the opportunities for filmmaking, to get out and work with actors again and crews and all be together making cool stuff.
Hear people's stories together, be moved emotionally together, and take action together.
Coming back and watching films here in Tin Pan Theater.
As far as what I think just in general with the pandemic that I'm the most excited for is really just being in a space with other humans.
Definitely being able to have events and be able to see the people that I work with and celebrate work that we're doing. I'm also really looking forward to being able to network with the film community here in Bend more in person.
If you look at me right now, there's nobody next to me.
Oh, I'm most looking forward to people just coming together and watching movies again.
Took it down. Climbed a mountain and I turned around, and I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills where the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Oh, I'm getting older too. Took my love and I took it down. Climbed a mountain and I turned around, and if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills where the landslide will bring it down, and if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills where the landslide will bring it down, oh, the landslide landslide.